Yeah. So what were you saying, mate?
I don't know. I can't remember what we were talking about before. To be honest, with you. I can't. You know, I really can. But we were talking about philosophy, really, aren't we? You know, like.
Well, that was the main topic. That's how it all started. You know. We were philosophizing.
Well, philosophy is, you know,
That's
basically,
all.
it's understanding life, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, not understanding life, but trying to get a deeper understanding.
Yeah.
Of life, because I don't think you ever fully, completely understand life. If you see what I mean, you know, life can be broken.
It's funny, like it is a bit like a mirror. Like, for instance, like if you know, like lies. If you lie,
Yeah.
they're like little fishes in a kind of way, you know, and you've got like a fishing net on the back of your net, right? And then when you lie, you've got to put that fish on the back of your net and carry it with you, you know. The more you lie, you've got to put there in your own fishing net, you know. Do you know what I mean?
Carry it around.
That's basically it, really, you know. And it's sort of like what comes round goes round, you know.
Yeah.
And when you fire out, it kind of comes back to you eventually.
Yes.
You know, and it's like a kind of like mirage way, you know, in a funny way. You know, it's kind of interesting, really.
Yeah.
You know, like I shared a quote last week about a spider and 4 boys around that spider, and one might jump because he's frightened of it, and another boy might hate it because he don't like the look of it and wants to get rid of it and never wants to see it again, you know, and tries to kill it.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean, and trying to stamp on it. And another boy might envy it, you know, put it in a cage, you know, and then the other boy would see it in the cage and free it and love it, you know. But there's just different, you know, it's like gold. If you put a big bar of gold there, right, and there's 10 men around that bar of gold, they would have different views about that bit of gold.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, one man might think it was worthless and he didn't want it and walk away, you know, do you know what I mean? And the other man would fall in love with it, you know, or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so it is quite interesting that we have got different views on things, you know, different ideas and different, you know, yeah. Am I talking rubbish?
No, I think it's no, you're talking It's it's great that we've all got different ideas and different opinions, and like we always say as well, you've got to learn how to agree to disagree too, because everyone is entitled to his and her opinion, you know, on things, you know, whether or not you like it or agree with it or not. You have to accept the fact that everyone thinks differently, everyone's got different perspective, everyone analyses things differently, we've all got different minds, different brains, different, you know, different outlooks, different perspectives, you know, and we have to respect each other's opinions and outlooks, whether or not you, like I said, whether or not you like it, or agree with it, or, you know, or even if you completely, totally disagree, or think it's absolutely bizarre, or, you know, it doesn't make sense to you whatsoever, you have to still respect that person's, you know, that person's opinion, you know. It's, you know, they're entitled to it, as, you know, the same way that you're entitled to have yours. So, you know, the same way you want them to respect you and the way that you think and the way that the decisions that you make in your life and the things that you adhere to and the things that you subscribe to, or the things that you perpetuate, or, you know, in your life or whatever, then, you know, you want people to respect you as a person and your individual choices and decision making. So you need to respect other people's, you know. It's, you know, and that is a part of philosophy, you know, is understanding, you know, that, you know, we've all got our own understanding of things, you know, and our own interpretation of things as well, you know, in terms of even with religion and spirituality and all those kind of topics and stuff. We've all got our own different interpretations of things, or, you know, things that we subscribe to, or what we believe, or what we might have, or our own speculations, even if we don't, something, not things that we believe, our own kind of ideas or speculation as to what could have, you know, what could, you know, what, you know.
I think, like you said at the beginning, at some point you said, you know, it'd be boring if we're all the same.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be good if we all believed in the same thing.
No, I don't know. No.
Like, well, you know, let's say believed in the same God, so there'd be no war.
Yeah, but what happens to the people that don't agree, don't believe in it there?
I just think it'd be peaceful if we believed in one thing. You know, all the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, I do. You know, I personally, I mean, like say that today, right? Yeah. Say there's quite a few different religions. How many different religions is there? There's quite a few. Thousands.
A lot.
I suppose there's a few.
You've got all the mainstream kind of religions, and then you've got all the ones that are kind
of... let's talk about the mainstream ones then. Like, is there like 8 different religions? Main ones, say? Yeah? Main ones?
About 6 to 8.
Yeah?
Yeah, 6 to 8, yeah.
Well, I think what's going to happen in the future with those religions, right, because they've got different beliefs, right?
Yeah.
What's going to slowly happen is one of them's going to pull up, the one that's not true. Even 6, say there's 7, and then another, you know, slowly in time, the ones that are lying are going to fall down until the truth comes out.
Yeah.
That's what I think. You know, whether I'm right or wrong, you know, I'm just sort of thinking philosophy here. You know, that's my philosophy over it anyway. My philosophy thought. You know, I'm thinking that at the end of the day, it's just one's going to win.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, the truth, you can't drown it, you can't, you know, step on it, you know, it always comes out, you know, do you know what I mean? You try to drown it, it pops back up, whatever. You just can't get rid of the truth, you know. So, there's some people out there with false religions out there, you know, even people believe it all their lives, alright, but it's false.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to name those what religion.
No, because we're not knocking anyone. We're not knocking anyone.
You know, I let people believe what they want, whatever.
Yeah.
And I just think that, you know, there's got to be 7 of them that's lying, and one of them telling the truth.
Well, what if they're all? What if it's all just? It's all been created based upon old spiritual principles and stuff like this. You know, a lot of the religions of today were created upon historical. You know, just different people documenting historical events. If you see what I mean, you know. Yeah, I think a lot of religious stuff today is based upon like things like astrotheology and lots of different things. If you see what I mean, it's just a lot of they've created stories and dialogues and put figures into stuff to create a story today out of different stuff as a control mechanism. If you see what I mean, and it's a lot of it's not true. There is a lot of the reality is that everything, we all know there's a spiritual world. We all know, about spirituality, and I can agree that there's a spiritual world. There's a spirit. But it's there's all these people claiming to have the answer, and no one really knows for certain.
I do. I do.
Yeah. Well, mate, you'll have to start charging people because you make a shitload of money if you do. But yeah, it makes you start charging people.
Well, what's the purpose of life, do you think?
What do I think the purpose of life is? I think the purpose of life is to
make it a life worth remembering.
Yeah, not only that, there's a number of things, but I think one of the main ones for me, I don't even know how to put it into words. I think it is continuous growth and evolution as a person, and enlightenment. I think that brings enlightenment, I think the goal is to become as enlightened as you possibly can while you're here on this earth, and that enlightenment will help you to escape the so-called kind of, I think your consciousness ascends. I think the more enlightened you become, the more, when you do eventually pass, it is your time, and you do eventually go, the more enlightened you are, the more likely you are to, you know, ascend and escape this kind of, you know, this kind of matrix, so to speak, if you see what I mean, you know. I think that is the you know, I think that's the best way to summarise it, you know, continuous growth and evolution as a human being, you know, the continuous striving to get better, to do better, to think better, to progress more, to make better decisions, to, you know, be wiser, to be kinder, to be more loving, to be more caring, to be more righteous, to be more, etc. You know, that, you know, to, you know, trying to just be the best version of yourself you can possibly be, and that takes time. That takes time.
It does, you know. I mean,
a lot of growth, you know.
Even myself, you know, like when I was younger, I used to lose my temper. You know, when I was 10 years old and all this sort of stuff, you know. And slowly in time I've improved.
Yeah.
It takes time, you know. And I'm starting to learn really that as I say, it's the first time really I've kind of like lived alone in my life, yeah. And I'm starting to feel peace at mind because of that, you know, because I've got no one annoying me in life in a kind of way, you know, all the time.
Yeah.
And I can think.
Yeah.
You know, sort of without anyone disturbing me, you know, or distracting me, you know, my thoughts, you know, and yeah, I can think straighter, you know, and feel happier really in life that you know, that no one's disturbing me.
Yeah, I got peace of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, peace of mind is very important, I think.
Very. Very,
very important. I think it's one of the most important things in life, you know, to just enjoy the moment, that peace of mind, you know, try to get rid of your hate, you know, like I've still got some anger in me, you know, around me, you know, I have about certain things, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like hate, do you know what I mean? That's a different ball, you know, I've completely thrown that one away, you know. But I look at my hate like a big ball of fire there. It's right there, you know, like a sun. Like that. It does sort of grow somewhat times, you know, if something annoys me a little bit, you know. But, you know, I'm not going to sort of like get violent with it, use it physically. Do you know what I mean, yeah? I think anger is something that lives in everyone.
Yeah.
You know, and it helps you grow stronger in life, I think. You know, because I've had a lot of anger in me all my life, you know, of certain things, you know, and it does, you know, it's, I don't, you know, it's not something that, anger is there for a reason, you know, it's because you've not been treated rightly.
Yeah.
For some reason, yeah. You know, and that's there, and, you know, and you know, that fire can only go out when you get an apology or something, you know, when it's sorted out, you know, I feel. Am I right?
Yeah, I agree with what you said.
Yeah, there's lots of you know, there's lots of hurdles in life, you know, there's not just hate and anger, you know, there's other worrying, you know, and all kinds of different things, you know, that every child really needs to learn, really, you know. I feel like I could actually sort of like be a teacher.
Or a mentor or something.
Well, I think I could be a teacher for a day to some children. They'd actually enjoy the day, all right, because I'd be arty about it and teach them a lot about, you know, like about hating a spider, for instance. You know, I could actually teach all the children to love a spider. You know, at the end of the lesson, if you see what I mean. You know, like. You know, I remember my own daughter getting scared of a spider, do you know what I mean, underneath the bed. Yeah. And I used to run out there, you know, get the spider out the window, with a bit of cardboard. You know, I mean, I was a little bit, because it's a big spider, do you know what I mean, I'm like this, yeah, I'm a man, you know. I don't like, you know, I don't like them on me, spiders, you know, even though I'm not really scared of anything, you know, I ain't got no fear of me. But I saw my daughter, spiders are butterflies, but their wings are dropped off. Right, and then she looked at them in a different light. Yeah. And then that's all you need to tell children.
Kind of change their way of thinking.
Exactly, and that's what you need to tell children, all right, of the same kind of thing. Put their put them at peace of mind.
Mind at ease, yeah.
Mind at peace, you know, like tell them that they're not going to bite it, you know, whatever, you know, to teach them that they're, you know, they are butterflies, but their wings are chopped off.
Yeah.
And they're sad. They're beautiful butterflies,
Yeah.
but they're sad spiders now because their wings chopped off, you know.
Yeah.
And she grew up sort of like liking them more, you know, loving them, rather than fearing them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Which is what you want.
And as I say, you know, you go through life, you know, I'm getting old every minute, but I don't really care if I die tomorrow, you know, do you know what I mean? It's, you know, I do you know what I mean? But, you know, it's not worth fearing about it, if you see what I mean. You know, making it ruin your own life. That's what it does, it ruin, you know, fear or hate, it kind of ruins your life. You know, and then some people wake up and they got this hate inside them about something, and it's permanently there, all day long. It won't go away, you know. You know, and yeah, so I'm glad it's kind of over.
Well, the reality is, right, is that throughout human history, human beings have treated other human beings despicably. And to say despicably is an understatement. Throughout history, we've had so many different dictators or men of renown, as some people would say, you know, men in a bad way, renown in a bad way, that have committed human atrocities, you know, have murdered, you know, responsible for the murder of upwards of, you know, 50 to 100 million people. You know, there's loads of people out there like that. You know, you have like, you know, Genghis Khan, you know, all these different people, Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini, you know, I mean, loads of people, you know, King Leopold, all these King Leopold I, second and third of Belgium.
Winston Churchill.
These people, you know, just killed off hundreds of millions of people, you know.
You think if they didn't, though, yeah?
You know?
Just to think that all those people didn't die back then, yeah? Right, how many people would be in the world today?
Well, I think that was part of it too.
Yeah.
I think that was definitely part of it. I definitely think it was a big depopulation kind of thing.
It's just like this shutdown, isn't it, that happened, you know? It's like a, I mean, personally, I think that shutdown, right, created a hell of a lot of mental health problems for people.
Oh, quite a lot of people.
You know, and some people already have mental health problems, do you know what I mean, yeah? And this is the thing, yeah? Unhappy people, the more unhappy a person will become, the more dangerous that person will become. That's the truth. I know that by fact, alright? Yeah. A hot, unhappy person is a very dangerous person.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, you think that they put the electric up all of a sudden in this country, you know, yeah, like a lot of money,
astronomically.
And what does that do? Pee everyone off and anger people, yeah. Get people more unhappier. So this world's getting, you know, by them sort of doing things like this, it's not making people happier, it's making people unhappier.
Making shit a lot worse.
And more dangerous on the streets or whatever, you know. Like, you know, you're scared to go out, alright, in your shop and get nicked, you know. Like in 10 years time or whatever, it's getting like that, you know.
People
it's absolutely crazy, you know. Why are we not living in a happy world today? You know, we could be happy tomorrow. You know?
Well, the harder life becomes, and life is already hard for the large majority of people out there on a day-to-day basis. For a large majority of people, life is already quite hard and already, anyway, you see what I mean? And now that things have gone up even more, in, you know, everything's gone up, food's gone up, electric's gone up, water's gone up, council tax gone up.
It's a nightmare.
Rent's
it's
gone
all
up,
ridiculous.
house prices gone up.
It shouldn't be all like this. It's all ridiculous, alright? Because it kind of angers me, you know. Like I said, I've got a lot of anger in me, yeah. And people should be at home doing a lot of mathematics with bills and all that. It should be all on one thing. All on one, you know, we should pay our taxes and that's it. Right? And then everything should be, we should be financially free then. Do you know what I mean, yeah? You know, people sort of think, oh, I'm financially free, right, because I've got my own house and all this sort of stuff, yeah? But you're not financially free until you get rid of every penny that you've got and you don't have to count up ever again. You know, a monkey is financially free.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I wish I was a monkey. Do you know what I mean? You cannot. I think in this money world, in a kind of way, it's kind of impossible to be financially free. You're there, you know, do you know what I mean? Even the richest man in the world, he's got to do his accounts each week, whatever. Or
Definitely.
he's probably got to get somebody else to do his accounts, but you know,
Yeah.
he's still got to think about his money and add up or whatever, you know.
Mm.
He might have billions of pounds, but he's still got to look at his money, you know.
Mm.
And I don't think anyone's financially free in this world.
Mm.
All right, I know that. I know what you're saying. You know, you buy a house,
Gives you more options.
and you can enjoy life and relax. You know, yeah. You know, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Or you can live life on your terms.
But you still have to sort of look at your monthly bills and you know make sure.
But not everyone though, mate.
I
There's
know
some
what you
people
mean.
there's some people out there that got enough money, mate, that they don't worry about any of that shit, mate. They just live their lives. They've got someone in place that handles everything. You know what I mean? They don't even have to worry about their food shopping or anything like that. It's, you know, it's all taken care of. You know, it's to be able to just live life on your terms every day. You know, have enough money in the bank that you can wake up every day. You could choose what you want to do with your time. It's one of the greatest gifts that you could possibly have. You know.
You know, I must admit, I've got that.
Yeah. So it's,
you know, I am. What do you call me? You know, I'm not retired, but like I'm free.
Yeah.
I'm free as a bird now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And that is a beautiful
I would
feeling.
say semi-retired, aren't you? Really, pretty much.
I'm just free as a bird. You know what I mean? And it's a beautiful feeling, actually. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not rich. You know, I'm not like I'm not Bill Gates or anything, or I'm not. To be honest, I'm quite poor. You know, I'm going to admit that to you. I don't mind being poor. I'd rather be poor than rich, I think. You know, I'd rather be down the ground with all the people than up there in the sky with the few.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And living a life that has no understanding in a kind of way, you know. Like,
But there are some people that have money that live a very, very humble and live a very grounded life. You know, use their money to help people rather than to live an extravagant, lavish life. If you see what I mean? They use their money to aid people and help people and to, you know, do good things in the world. If you see what I mean? You know, build charities and you know.
if you were God, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and you said to me, right, you can have a life on Earth. I forgot I was going to say that. I don't know, what were you talking about before?
I don't know, because when you said you got a new
Here we go, let's cut this out.
Excuse me. No, but when you started talking about if you were God, that threw me. I was thinking, oh yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, I was going to say something interesting, but I forgot what that interesting thing was. So it couldn't have been that interesting if I forgot it.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Funny. Anyway, mate, should we call it a night for this week's episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to think what I was going to say there about God.
If I was God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you to you guys for tuning in to our first ever episode of the Philosophy Podcast. Like I said earlier, I'm your host, Controversy, and this is my co-host,
Darren Love!
And together, we are the Philosophy Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. And like I said at the beginning of the show, if you like the content, please like, comment and subscribe, because it will really help our channel, guys. And please let us know what you think of the content. And if you've got anything that you want us to discuss or anything that you think about the podcast, just leave a comment down below. Let us know what you thought about this first ever episode of the podcast. And we'll be back again next week with another episode. And we hope you guys tune in. And see you guys soon.
I hope you enjoyed it.
That's it. One love. Bless up. Stay happy, stay positive, be blessed, and
don't make mistakes.
And enjoy life. Yeah.
Make many mistakes as possible so you can learn more.
That's it.